Welcome to the AI Automations for Business podcast. We're your hosts, Katie and Noel, and we'll be discussing how you can use AI for your business along with the latest news, updates, and automations to help you stay ahead of the curve, allowing you to grow and scale your business more efficiently. Please be sure to subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, welcome back to another episode. Hi, hello, I'm Katie, and as always, I have Noel here with me. Hi, Noel. How are you doing this week?
Well, I'm doing tremendously this week already. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Good.
So this is part of the podcast where I always ask you, are there any updates, any news in the world of AI and automations?
So, I guess the ongoing Fable saga still continues. It's still not available.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, it's very boring, isn't it? There's no sign of it coming back.
Oh.
But a lot of people are saying, this is probably like the end of, you wake up in the morning as a brand new frontier model from one of the big providers. So they're probably thinking there's going to be a lot more regulation, a lot more red tape to get through. So yeah, there's no going to be, Anthropic release one. Yeah. So they won't have none of that tit for tat where one releases and then 2 days later another one comes out. That's probably not going to happen. Which is it's disappointing, but hey ho, is what it is.
No surprises.
No, which is good for our podcast because usually surprises at 6:00 on a Tuesday was there.
Yeah.
After we've already recorded. So
This is true. So maybe good news for us, but if you like waking up and going, oh, this is new.
Yeah.
And who is actually saying that? Is it just users or is it?
It's coming from like industry leaders who are based in the US and stuff like that and have links with government and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Given how it's gone, I'm not surprised that we're looking at a bit more regulation. But if you do want to have a bit of a Fable fix and you want something that's capable, then some clever people in Japan at a company called Sakana have released an AI model which is just as, if not as smart as Fable 5 in some of the benchmarks. So, if you do need that level of intelligence for any coding or things like that, then Sakana Fugu is the model name. And it's another subscription, but if you do need that sort of power, then you can nip over there and grab an API key and off you go.
Great name.
Yeah, it's to do with I believe Fugu is the pufferfish.
Yes.
So their website's got loads of like little fishes going round on there, swirling round on the page.
Cute.
Quite nice. Yeah.
Fun.
So check that out if you do need extra horsepower with your AI.
So this week's podcast is all about something called Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
So, Noel, can you give us a one-liner of actually what is Clyde before we jump in and talk more about it?
So, Clyde is an AI agent, and basically can help you control and look after your business, or maybe you're away on holiday, maybe you're asleep. It can help you run things 24/7, 7 days a week, even if you don't want to.
Okay. So who is Clyde by?
So Clyde is by myself. It's something I created back in February when OpenClaw started being a thing. And I was like, maybe there should be an easier way of doing things that's a bit more secure.
So is that why you initially created Clyde? Because you wanted something easier to use and something more secure?
It was, yes. When I was looking at things like OpenClaw, it had some good things in there. I just thought, it could be better. It could be way, way better, a lot more easier for businesses to use. Because I think even with things like OpenClaw, you've kind of, you need a lot of technical ability, I think, to be able to get it up and running and working straight off. So I wanted to get rid of all of that. I wanted it so easy that, anybody could pick it up and use it. So yeah, that's why Clyde was born.
Okay. And what about the security aspect? Because I know that when OpenClaw came out and we did a podcast episode on that, which we will link below, it seemed that there was a huge security risk if you gave OpenClaw access to your data, because I don't know, like you were storing client information and then all of a sudden it would, read all of your client data, information, personal data and things like that.
Yeah.
So how does like Clyde compare to that, I guess?
So with Clyde, there are kind of two options. So there's an open source option which you can download onto your laptop or PC and then run it locally. And that's the only way OpenClaw could work. You could only put it on your own device. And the issue they had was OpenClaw could then access anything on your entire system. It didn't matter. You couldn't just say you can only have access to this folder. It had everything. So if somebody managed to break into your agent and then tell it, right, delete everything off the computer, it would go off and do that for you. It had the ability and that level of control to do stuff.
Quite concerning, really, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So when I created the open source version of Clyde, I constrained it and I was like, right, you can only work within the area in which the application's been installed. So the user can add in files and folders and things like that into like a working area, and then you can then work together in that safe environment. With the cloud version, which is coming out very soon, that's all encrypted, it's all secure. There's all password protected and all that sort of good stuff. So again, very, very secure. I've had lots of security chats and things like that to make sure everything is tied down. So nothing should get out, and Clyde should behave himself.
Yeah. Okay, that's really good to know from a security point of view, because there's nothing worse than an AI bot or an AI agent just having all this data that actually it doesn't really need, and it's not always our data, is it, that we need to protect? It's also our clients' data,
yes.
which I guard more than my own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah. So tell us a bit actually about Clyde then. What can it do for our businesses and how can it help us run our business?
So if you've used anything like ChatGPT or Claude Gemini, you'll be very familiar with the interface that I've set up. So that's been quite intentional. But basically what Clyde can do is he can go off and create separate teams to do specific jobs within your business. So you might need a marketing team, you might need a HR or a quality assurance team and things like that. So yes, Clyde could probably do that all himself, but actually with AI and agents, it's better off to train specific sub-agents to go off and do those specific jobs for you. And then you just chat to Clyde at the top level. So yeah, he can do anything that your business needs, or your personal needs, whatever. You might have a holiday booker team to go off and find your next holiday. It could quite easily do that as well. So yeah, but the thing is like with Clyde, you don't have to create those agents manually. You just have a chat with them and say, hey, could you create me a marketing team? This is the aim. And it'll go off, it'll create the team, create prompts, and set everything up for you. So you don't have to, be some sort of prompt engineering wizard. You can let Clyde be that wizard for you.
Okay, so in terms of like who's able to use this, in terms of like how technical it is, it's actually quite low entry. So are you saying if you can use things like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, then you would be able to use Clyde?
Yes, definitely. That was one of my top level requirements. It was like, it has to be to a point where anybody can pick it up. So, I have you in mind when I was building this, Katie, and I thought, right, well, how would Katie feel about, setting up agents? And I was like, right, she'd probably just want to chat with it and it just go off and do it for her. And I was like, right, well, that's probably what most people want. They don't want to get into the weeds and creating loads of sub-agents and prompts and linking it all together. They don't need that. They just need something to do it for them. And that's what Clyde does, which is really awesome.
So a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it called Clyde and not Katie?
That's a good point.
I mean, you know, a lot of astronomers call comets and stars after their wives, but no, you've named yours after a bloke named Clyde.
Yeah. Well, maybe with the Bonnie version, we'll kick her to the curb and we'll name it Katie instead.
Keep doing Clyde.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So it's an agent.
Yep.
So it obviously knows a bit about your business. But how does it learn more about your business over time? And I guess also, how do the sub-agents learn as well?
So the way I've set it up is like a memory system within the application. So let's say you go off and then a sub-team creates a particular document that you need for your business, and you get it back and you're like, that's not quite what I wanted. So you could say to Clyde, look, that's not quite where it was. I want X, Y, and Z instead. Can you go off and change it? So Clyde, first off, should go off and then get that redone. And then once it's back and you're happy with it, it'll then go, right, I now need to update not only my memories, but also those sub-agent memories. So the next time that you ask for that particular thing again, then it will understand and then use those memories to go and give you what you want first time, every time. So yeah, it's really awesome to see it in action. Actually, when I first got it working, I was like, wow, okay, this is like incredibly powerful. Just seeing them learning and working things out as well, making itself better over time was just brilliant. So yeah, that's kind of how it works.
How long does it actually take Clyde to learn about your business, or is it the amount of information you give it at the start?
Yes, so at the very start, you'll start off with a blank canvas. So it is kind of up to you to teach it to go off and do the thing for you. But what I would say is maybe if you're using anything like ChatGPT or Claude that you use for your business already, maybe get that to produce like a markdown file that describes your business, because you probably haven't got time to write all that out first time anyway. So that's probably a nice, easy win. And then upload that document into Clyde, and then it would then update its memories, and then start to use that going forward. We can also add that into the file system as well. Even on the online version, there's a file system. So you could upload that in there and then say, well, always reference that this is what I do, this is my business. So it can always relate back to that. You could even ask Clyde to even create a skill based on your business. So you could give it the information and say, right, create a skill. So every time I'm asking to do stuff, it can reference that and then, go off and do the tasks for you.
Okay. That's good to know. And then, are you able to connect apps like you would be able to with other AI agents?
100%. That was also one of the, after security, making it easy, adding apps was probably the next big thing that I added in. So yes, you can connect to anything. If you've got an API on any platform that you use, you can connect it in. You don't need to be a technical wizard either. So if your app is maybe a little obscure, you could give Clyde the documentation for the API and then say, right, this is what I need you to connect to. Can you create the connection for me? And it will go off and do that for you. You don't have to worry about it. It will just crack on and do it for you. You can even just send him a link to where the documentation is, and you can go through, search, and then create those integration links that you require. There is another way as well. So if you've got a more common app, we've connected into a third-party app called Composio, where you can connect your API keys securely through that third party. They don't see any of the data or anything like that. So it's just a nice, easy way for you to just click a button and go, right, connect Gmail, and it goes, right, well, here's the authentication screen. Yes, I'm happy. Done.
Yeah.
That you don't have to worry about anything else other than that.
Okay. So if someone was using Clyde for their business, say someone new to AI agents, you've already said it's really user friendly if you've got no technical experience. But what if you get to the point where you're building out this AI agent and you're like, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I need help? Is there someone that is going to be able to help? Because usually with bigger platforms, they've got a customer service team, and there's someone always on hand to help you out if you get stuck, or frequently asked questions.
Yes. So at the moment, I have a school community which is completely free to join for Clyde, and you can post your support questions. If you find any bugs, you can post about those as well. And yeah, once you're in, you can also, if it's quite sensitive, then you can feel free to send me a DM within the community as well. So, you're not sharing anything that you don't want everyone else in the community to see. Then yeah, you can submit them by that route as well. But yeah, the reason for the community is kind of like, some people are probably already creating things that you're trying to do, so it's kind of like they can jump in and help you out. Maybe I've not done that yet. So you're doing something that's quite unique, so yeah, they can jump in and help you out as well, or you could help somebody else, who knows.
Yeah, I always like it as well when platforms have communities, because I always find it fascinating, and I say this almost every week, I find it fascinating what people are using AI or automations, or now AI agents within their business, and what they're getting them to do. I just think it's so fascinating, and it's so inspiring, and it's great for inspiration as well, don't you think?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant, because the last thing I wanted was to create a ticketing system where you just submit a ticket and you get a number, and then somebody who may or may not be an AI agent gets back to you with a response. I didn't really want that at all. I kind of want somebody to go, I want to ask a human being about this, and chat to me, and we can work together to fix it. So yeah, I actually put out a post in the schoolers community, so that's where all the school community owners go. And I put a post out there and said, well, is anybody else using this platform for customer, support and ticketing? And there was no one. They were like, no, I've got my own ticketing system for that. And it's like,
right,
yeah, it's like, surely we're missing a trick here.
Yeah.
It's got to be far better to interact, with people than it is a faceless ticketing system, surely.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
So I guess, why should people use Clyde instead of maybe other platforms that are available out there?
So with Clyde, it's it's a bring your own key system. So once you've logged in, you control which AI agents or AI models get assigned to the agents. So straight out of the box, you can assign your Anthropic or a OpenRouter API key, and yeah, you don't get that sort of access anywhere else. You can't log into a ChatGPT and go, for this task and this agent, could you use an Anthropic model because it's actually really good at doing it? That's just not gonna happen at all. So, but with things like the OpenRouter, there's 600 AI models to pick from. So you don't always have to use the most powerful for all of your sub agents. You could pick a model that's maybe 1/10 of a cent for per million tokens or whatever. You could use anything you wish. So yeah, that's kind of the big thing is keeping you in charge of everything. We make the cost really easy to see as well on the platform, so you can monitor your usage and things like that. So yeah, that's all in there, and you control the amount of money you spend on the platform.
It's really great.
Yeah, that was probably the fourth biggest thing that I built, was the transparency of costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't really want to be going off to Anthropic or OpenRouter and then going through their system to try and figure it out. I was like, well, we've already getting that data back, so I might as well just show it you within the platform.
Yeah. And then with Clyde, I guess like you're going to be updating it and adding more things like in the future and things like that, I would imagine.
Yes, lots of things coming soon. So I guess with the online platform, the latest thing that was added was video and image. So if you add in an OpenRouter API key to your account, you can then create images and videos with Clyde directly in the chat. So which is really awesome to see. But what's coming next, and we're currently testing now, is a way that you can just have a two-way conversation with Clyde. So there's a little phone call button, and you can then just have like that conversation. He can still go off and chat with team members and stuff like that, and then come back to you with an answer. But actually, one thing I haven't added in yet that I want to is always like there can be a bit of like dead time where the agent's off thinking and the team's doing stuff, so we're going to insert like some fun hold music in there. So so going to be a bit more lighthearted and fun, so you're not just sat there in silence. But we'll have the option to turn that off as well if you don't want. But the next biggest feature, and what I'm really excited about, is the ability for Clyde to have his own CRM within the online platform. So you'll be able to create forms and embed them on your website and things like that, so you can capture leads. There's all kinds of, the pipelines, they're all in there, your contact management. You can, create deals and see it all in one place. And the one thing that this has an advantage over things like HubSpot or Salesforce is those platforms were built before AI. And now they're trying to bolt AI onto it in some sort of Frankenstein fashion. It doesn't kind of work sometimes. It's not as good. Whereas at least with Clyde, we built the agent first, and now we're adding that CRM wrapper to it. So you can again do anything within that platform, and you can attach teams to do anything within there as well. So yeah, that's all included. It's probably going to be at least another month before I get that fully released and ready. But members in the community will get early access to it as well. So yeah, if you're part of that, then you can get in early.
So come and join the community over on School.
Yes, school.com/Clyde, but we'll leave a link below.
Okay, sounds amazing. Well, thank you so much, Noel, for sharing all about the amazing Clyde, which should have been called Katie.
Next time. The next app I build will be called Katie.
I'd like approval first. I'd like to be able to, say whether I'm happy or not with that.
Fair enough.
But if you have joined the School community, come and say hi. Tell us that you joined from the podcast. But we really hope that you've enjoyed listening all about Clyde this week, and we will catch you for another episode very soon.